Hey everybody, it's Jaya, and our question today is, how do I get my partner to be more adventurous in bed? So, there are 5 different stages in our sexuality. One is resting, and this is where we're not really having sex. Maybe we've consciously chosen celibacy. Another is healing, where maybe you're healing from something, say just having a baby or a premature ejaculation issue or erectile dysfunction, something physical or surgery, cancer, something like that. The third one is curious, and curious is all about the how to. How do we make it better? How do we do this? How do we do that? The next one is adventurous, and this is where you really want a lot of adventure. You want to push edges. You want to play with taboo. And then the fifth one is called transformational. And transformational is where you want the what's more to sex. It's secret sexuality, it's tantra, it's Taoism, it's shamanism, it's using sexual energy for manifestation. And I ask all of my clients, what stage are you in and where do you want to be? And the majority of them will tell me, maybe we're in resting, healing, curious, but we want to be in adventurous and transformational. And no one stage is better than the other. We go through all of them. My friend Esther Perel, she says we have multiple sexualities. And I love that idea that our sexuality is not static. So back to the question, how do you help your partner to get more adventurous? So if you're in the adventurous stage and your partner's not, what can you do to help them feel more adventurous? And I think one big piece is permission. I think we have a lot of shame, especially around adventurous sex, a lot of shame around doing something that might seem out of our box or edgy or taboo. And we really need a safe space to explore something that might bring up shame or guilt, embarrassment. They're all different things, by the way. The definition of guilt is I'm doing something bad versus shame, which is I am bad. And so one thing is to recognize, does your partner feel guilty about those activities, shameful about those activities? What are their beliefs about those adventurous activities? Maybe they have a deep-rooted belief system that isn't even theirs. Maybe it was their parents or a cultural belief or a religious belief that doesn't allow them to go into that adventure. So one of the things that I think is important is uncovering why they feel ashamed of that or why they feel guilty about that. Does that guilt or shame even belong to them? Is it something that you can help them feel more comfortable with, and really giving them permission that it's okay. Hey, it's okay to play with that. It's okay to be curious about that. And then to share really from your heart why you're interested in it. What about that adventurous activity really turns you on? And help them see that maybe this is something that they could give. Maybe they're not ashamed of giving it, or maybe they're not ashamed of receiving it, but that's all part of that conversation. You've got to create a very safe space to have that conversation, so you can bring out what is the resistance to playing with it. And there may just be some adventurous things that they have a boundary with. And I think too often people are punished for their boundaries instead of rewarded for their boundaries. So if you reward a boundary, if you can reward a no, you're actually going to get them to open up more and more and more. But don't just reward the no, actually reward the no, not just to get something, but to give something to them, which is a safe container for them to say no, for them to have boundaries, so that they can explore all the way to their edges. All right, until next time, fill your life with pleasure.